So it is I don't know what day is it. That whole after Christmas between New Year's is so weird. Like I have a till the new year to work, so I'm off, and so it's just really weird. I don't know if you guys get it, but when you're off, off of work or school, you just forget what day of the week it is. Okay, it is Thursday. Just a random Thursday on the 28th. I guess everyone in the whole country is having a cold snap, where they have 30-degree weather, frozen ponds. It's December, that's what you get, right? But no, not here in California. We have 80-degree weather. Right now it's 79. Last I checked it was 80. It's probably 79 now though. But let's see. Today, I was thinking of just getting online and making another talking video. I think it's been about a year since I've done a talking video. And I have to do it on my webcam because my real camera broke. It's old. It's a 2009 camera, maybe 2008 camera. So that's 10 years old, basically, coming into this new year. So it's probably crappy quality. Good that the sun's right here, though. At least we can kind of see a bit. But this is kind of be a random vlog. I'm gonna first talk about this crazy dream that I had last night. I don't know if you guys ever have dreams where it's so deep, you're such in a deep sleep that that you just, when you wake up, you feel like you're still dreaming still. And I don't know if you guys ever had it, but one of those dreams where you wake up and you think you're awake and then you go back to sleep, but you never really, it's weird. Okay, anyways, I'll tell you my dream. So I went to sleep at I think around 1:30 a.m. maybe, and I think, well, I know I read on the internet, because everything on the internet is true, that that if it takes less than 5 minutes to fall asleep, then you're sleep deprived. And I literally just got off my phone because I use my phone as a sleeping tool, I guess, which is bad because of the blue light on your phone. It keeps your brain up, so you're actually keeping yourself up longer than you should be awake. But anyway, so it was 1:30 a.m. Finally got way too tired to even slide the, on the phone, slide down. I literally dropped my phone next to me and fall asleep right instantly. And you know what? I had Chinese food with a friend yesterday, and my mom's every time you eat Chinese food that you get weird dreams. I don't know if that's true or not. Probably not, but I got a weird dream last night. It was super long within the dream, and it was a dream I didn't want to be long. It's weird. Now that I'm saying it, I think it's gonna seem shorter than it actually was, actually dreaming it. Okay, so I'm gonna start. So, a fire was going on. I mean, we had tons of fires in Santa Clarita. That's, in California. Because of the drought, we get tons of fires. This year, we've been having fires not even in fire season. Fire season is usually in September and October. And it's just been so dry because we usually get tons of rain in December. And it's December and we're not getting any rain. It's crazy. But I heard on the news today that we might get some rain later in the week. Hopefully. I think I saw Monday, Tuesday rain. Maybe. Probably not. Seems like every time a weather reporter says something and I hope it happens, it always doesn't happen. Like a thunderstorm. Every time they say it's going to happen, it never happens. And then, when a thunderstorm does happen, it's like a freak thunderstorm that no one knew about was going to happen, and those only happen here like maybe once a year if we're lucky, and that's why I love thunderstorms so much, because they never happen here. Anyways, going back to my dream. Fire was happening, and it was coming close to my house, and so I was trying to evacuate. Like, I was trying to get things. I was like trying to get things to get things together to leave the house. But I remember in the dream that the firemen were screaming at me, and they're saying, "No, you can't. Don't take anything out. You don't have enough time." And the only thing I could get was my phone. And I saw it, but it wasn't this phone. It was my old phone from like 2009. It was like a brick phone, and like it had like it was a keyboard one where you can type on one end and you flip it over and then you flip it like a flip phone kind of, but slide it up, not flip it, slide, and it would have the numbers. So it was before smartphones, and I got that one. I got that phone because it was my phone at the time in my dream. I don't know why. And I got a charger for it, but the charger wasn't even the charger for that phone. So basically, that phone would only last however much battery it had left. And I remember running out and being like, oh my god, I left my money. Which my money, I don't have money. Like, I have money in the bank. But like in my dream, I had like a whole bunch of money in the house with me. I left my money, I left my tax papers, I left like the birth certificate, like the very important papers in the house. So I was freaking out. I was trying to get a hold of people on my cell phone, and I found out my cell phone was dead, and I had the wrong charger for it, and I was outside. And then the next thing I knew, like the next scene, like it's weird, like if you have dreams it goes to like the next scene. The next scene was just my house was just a frame standing with nothing in it, except it still had like the wooden frames like holding the house together. So I was like walking through the house, and it was empty, completely empty, but they were still wood framing. Like it framed like my door. Like my room was still my room, but just with frames, like wooden frames. Like the frame of the house was still there. So it's like everything got blasted, like the carpet was gone. I don't know how it was still standing. Like, it doesn't make any sense when I say it now. Like, everything was gone, all the furniture, everything, like it was just gutted. Like, you would think if something burnt, maybe there would just be ashes, but there was no remaining anything. And I remember like looking for, I keep my important stuff in like this fireproof, fire safe container thing. And so I was looking for that, but there was nothing around. And then I found out that this firefighter that went in there, this is kind of a stupid dream actually. Now that I'm talking, I'm like, this is, people are like thinking like it's gonna lead up to something really cool, or I don't know. I just think it's a weird dream. So found out that this firefighter who went inside to the house actually got in and found my important paper file thing, and he took it. And he was supposed to be a firefighter, but he was like a bandit, was like a robber. So then I had these two police detectives come in like this empty house and started like trying to like figure out who did it, and they knew it was some sort of robber. And so there was a good firefighter helping me out and two police officers who were detectives, and they were looking for stuff. And then we were going through stuff, and then this is where the dream turned creepy. And like we were going through stuff, and underneath like the floorboard, like I told you, nothing was in the house. It was all gutted. There was nothing in my actual room was in my room. It was just like someone moved, and it was, the walls were blasted out, but there was still a frame. We were looking underneath the floorboards, and like we found an old clown doll. And like when I saw it in my dream, like it felt creepy. We found an old clown doll and an old like paper, found an old paper that said, your mom is not really your mom. Your mom's name is Emily. Like, and that's not my mom's name. And like, I was freaking out. I was looking, and then I found out, I'm like, where are my family? Where is my parents? Where is everyone? Like, I was looking and nobody was around. And then, what was really weird is that when I found my dad, he was like walking away. And I was like, what are you doing? Wait for me. Like, we have no house now. What are we gonna do? So like, and he's like, you're not my daughter. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you're not my daughter. And so like, first I find out like my mom's not my mom. And then my dad's saying I'm not his daughter. And he's just like walking away like he doesn't love me at all. It's just really weird. Like, I'm being abandoned in an empty house with no money. Like, I'm just thinking like in my bank. Like I like saved my whole life. Like, like in my bank I have $0 because someone stole something from me. I have nothing left. Like, I have no clothes. I have no money. I have no relatives who even think I'm their kid. Like, I don't have anything. And I just remembered that feeling of abandonment, not knowing what to do. My phone was completely black. Like, I had no phone. I had nothing. And I kept on wanting to wake up because I kind of knew it was a dream, but I was so dead tired in this like dream, like so tired. I remember even like, like I would try to wake up, and when I would wake up, I saw, here, you guys need to see what I saw. Because when I woke up, I was like, I didn't think I was awake, but I thought I was awake. So I'd wake up and I'd see there's a mirror. There's a mirror here. So like I saw the mirror and see that's my my circle window. This window right here. And this thing covers it at night. This thing covers it. So when I woke up, I saw that window and the thing covering it. It just reminded me of like the eclipse, like that happened in August on my birthday. The eclipse where the moon blocks the sun, and it was just even more spooky. Like, cause then, like, it was just like I was looking at an eclipse in my dream, and so I don't know. So I'd wake up. I woke up about 4 times, but couldn't wake up. I'm like, I need to wake up out of this dream. I knew it was a dream, but it's kind of, I didn't. Like, it was weird. So I woke up, and then I went back to sleep, and the dream continued. Then I woke up, went back to sleep, and the dream continued, and it was just awful. And then finally, my phone, like, made a dinging sound, and I keep my phone up here, right next to me. And I'm like, I have to get up. I have to get up to, like, not necessarily to check it, but in reality, in the real world. Like, I needed to get out of the dream and get into the real world. And when I finally got up, like, I was like, took me, I don't know, like 30 minutes to wake up. Like I was awake, but like I was so drowsy, so dead tired. Like, my limbs were like, I couldn't move. Like, my eyes couldn't adjust, and I was slowly awakening into the reality of the world. So like I was like, that was super weird, super long dream. So I know there are dream dictionaries out there that say what dreams mean. And something like I said, what does a burned building mean in the dreams? Everybody's dream is different. Everybody's like, dream meaning books, I think they're just for fun because everybody has a different perceptive of the world, and everybody has a different perception of what their dreams mean. Like I said, depending on the context of your dream, to see fire in your dream can symbolize destruction, passion. So it's telling you it's going through all ends of the spectrum. So there's just like telling you like if you go to a psychic, they tell you different things that can mean one thing, or if you read your horoscope, it means whatever it means to you. So like destruction is one end of the spectrum where, you know, that's how I felt. My dream was about destruction. It damaged my house. It damaged my family. It damaged my money and belongings. So it said it can symbolize destruction, passion, desire, illumination, purification, transformation, enlightenment, or anger. You are playing with fire. To the dream that you are being burned by fire indicates that your temper is getting out of control. I wasn't angry before I went to sleep, but I think that maybe it meant more on the destructive end, because quite literally in the dream, it was destructing everything, where, like, I feel like things fell apart in my life, and the ending of a new year, basically, is just, like, here I am interpreting my own dream. The end of the new year brought, something. I was built up, and then I was destructed, and now I'm trying to, like, build back up again, maybe. And then I looked up, what does seeing a fire, because the main guy in my dream was the fireman, and the main guy who stole my money was a fireman. Not that I have anything against firemen. But it said meeting police. If there's police in a dream, it could be a symbol of restoration. But a fireman can just symbolize dousing passion and anger. Oh, that makes sense. Is dousing the anger and dousing because they're putting out the flame. Dousing the passion. I don't know. That doesn't really work for my dream. But I feel like my whole entire dream was about, like, maybe, like, abandonment. I don't know. But, there are, like, tons of dreams that a lot of people have, like, reoccurring dreams. Not, like, certain reoccurring dreams, but, like I have a lot of times that my teeth fall out, and I hate them. I hate that dream where, like, your teeth are just, like, falling out, and you feel it, each one, like, falling out. I don't know if you guys ever had teeth falling out dreams, but I think it means something about vanity, about how you look. Like, you're self-conscious about how you look. Let me see. It said, teeth are the most common symbols in dreams. Interpreting their meaning can be a daunting task. Teeth falling out dreams. Sorry, I'm just like... Alright. For Freud, teeth falling out dreams point to anxiety about sexual repression and the desire to be nurtured. Really? I heard... What? Okay, this disturbing symbol also tends to show up in dreams during important moments of transition in the dreamer's life. Wow. Negative meanings, insecurities, especially about personal loss, anxiety about sexual experiences, a compromise that is costly to you, life changes and growing pains, fear of becoming older. I heard that teeth, this one's saying that you have, well, it's about insecurities, but this is about personal loss and fear of becoming older. But, I don't know. That's interesting. It's saying that you have the teeth falling out dreams during different transitions in your life. So, I haven't had a teeth falling out dream in a while, but when that does happen, I wonder if I am transitioning or, like, fearing something or having anxiety about something. Before, the original dream book I got, because I used to be so into dream books when I was, like, in junior high. I'd go to the library and get dream dictionaries, and you would have a dream and you'd look it up. And it said teeth falling out meant you had a fear of how you looked. Like it was coming out. Oops, that looks bad. Alright, so, and then I also had dreams where the moon falls. Like, literally I had a dream that I was standing right here. I was standing right here by my door, and I saw in the back, through this window, through the circle window, that the moon was looking lower to me, and then all of a sudden it dropped out of the sky, and an explosion happened, and the explosion forced me from the window back to my wall, and I seriously felt the explosion on my belly, like, the warmth of it and like going backwards and seeing extreme brightness and then feeling extreme darkness at the same time. And it was like an explosion where, wow, the world just ended. The moon just fell out of the sky. Like, and I thought it was so weird that, like, why would I dream that the moon fell from the sky? Like, I'm the only one that probably would dream this. No. That moon falling out of the sky dream is common. Falling dreams. I have those dreams where so like common dreams like would be falling dreams, like where you are falling and you wake up and you jolt and you wake up because you just fell to the like you knew you fell in your dream, but you like jolt and then you're up awake in your for real life. So like you jolt in your dream and you wake up. So like it means ooh, those who dream of falling are people with a major life problem with work, relationships, or elsewhere. Okay, that covers all the ground, right? Like work, relationships, or elsewhere. Okay, so basically you're having problems with that if you dream of falling. But that's like covering all the ground. Then there's the teeth falling out dream. That's common. Showing up to work or school naked. I've never had that. And thank God it never really happened either. I know I've seen it like on Full House though. What does it mean? It's common to people who have accepted a promotion, gone off to a new job, or who are coming into the public view. So maybe you're scared of how you may look in a new environment. I don't know. I'm being my own Freud, trying to decipher what these dreams might mean. Test taking. Everybody, maybe if before you have a stressful exam to take, you actually dream that you're having the test that day. Like you feel like you've taken the test and you wake up by your alarm and then you're like, oh shoot, the test is today. I didn't really take it even though I took it in my dream. Dying. I've dreamt that I died. But every time I die, I wake up. Like, it's weird. Common dreams. Snake dreams. I had a dream once that, this huge giant snake, like a python, was, like, chasing me. Like, those snakes are creepy. Like, I don't like snakes, so having a giant fat python, no. There's flying dreams. I remember when I was little, it was one of the most scary dreams I've ever had. And I still remember it till this day. I was probably like 4 and I had this dream where I like looked up and I saw out the window, I saw this like flying witch on a broom like you would see on The Wizard of Oz. And all of a sudden, like I told my mom there's a witch outside. She didn't believe me. And then all of a sudden, the witch falls into the roof and all you could see is her legs and her broomstick coming from the ceiling. And then I've also had really scary dreams where, like I'm walking just in my hallway and then all of a sudden something picks me up from my armpits and like pulls me up. Like, I don't know if you guys, this is also like The Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz creeps me out. Like those monkeys that fly around in The Wizard of Oz. I've never liked monkeys since that. Like, I don't like monkeys or primates or gorillas. They're just humans. I mean, they look like humans. Like furry, hairy, ugly humans. Monkeys, apes, gorillas, they scare me to death. I still don't like them. But anyways, there's a part in the Tin Man, there's a part in the Wizard of Oz where the Tin Man gets picked up by nothing. He's just all of a sudden he flies up in the air and then he gets dropped to the ground. And I had a dream that like I was walking in my hallway and all of a sudden I feel like this warm air come up to me and like a ghost or like some angel, but I don't think an angel would do that. What angel wouldn't want to scare you? Picked me up by my armpits and like flew me around the house and like so I was being picked up by something like levitating off the ground by something that I couldn't see, and it was so scary. Like, it sounds funny when I say it out loud, but it was scary in my dream. Like, and you felt that, like, scaredness. Like, last night in my dream, I was feeling all the feelings, and I think that's why I woke up so exhausted and so tired that I couldn't even wake up, because I was feeling all the feelings that if it was really happening, that really happening in real time, I'd like crying, and I mean, I don't sleep with anybody. Like, I'm alone in my room, but I'm wondering if I like made noises or like cried or like talked or something, because it was so like I was so deeply embedded into the dream. But they say dreaming happens, this is going to get into scientific psychology. Dreaming happens when you're in REM sleep, and REM is, rapid eye. It's REM stands for rapid eye movement, and it's also in your dreams you're paralyzed. So it's the part of your dream where you can't move. You can't move anything. That's why you're dreaming, is during that part of REM. So you go through stages. You go through 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Stage 4, you're getting into REM. Then it goes to REM. Then you go to 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you're awake. So at each stage, you get more and more into the dream, into the part of your brain where you're like, more subconscious. So it's weird how your brain never turns off. Like, weird. You actually burn a lot of calories while dreaming. Let me see how much calories you burn while sleeping. It probably depends on who you are for each person. During a sleep, a person's weight and the number of hours he or she sleeps determines how many calories are burned. Normally, a person burns about 0.42 calories for every pound in 1 hour of sleep. For instance, a 150-pound person burns about 63 calories in 1 hour. 63 calories. Okay. So if you were 150 pounds and you slept for 8 hours, which you're supposed to sleep, some people can sleep on less. Let me see, calculator. Let's see. Okay, so they said 63 calories an hour. That's 8 hours. That's 504 calories just for laying down and breathing. But no, I understand why you would burn a lot. And I probably burned a lot just last night's dream because I was experiencing so much emotion and stress, and like I felt exhausted when I woke up. Like, I was seriously like exhausted from dreaming. Like, yeah. But what was really weird is that, I believe in God, and I'm a Christian. So what was really weird was when I first woke up, you know how we all did that daily check of like Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and we see, in the morning you wake up, you check all that. I went to Instagram first thing, and the first thing I saw was this thing. It says, and this was after my dream of losing all my money, all my belongings, all my everything. And I read this. It was the first thing I saw when I woke up. Keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have. For he has said, I will never leave you or forsake you. So even though I felt abandoned by my family, by not having a house, by not having money, by not having any of the belongings I had, and I was just left empty, God was still there. Like, I forgot about that in my dream. Like, until, like, I was thinking all about my money and thinking about how the cruelty, like, I don't know if you guys ever had something taken from you, even not just like a robbery, like a real robbery, but like something just taken from you. Like, I would be at school one time, and this girl, she was in love with my keychains on my backpack, and she took my keychain from my backpack, and I felt like that feeling of like, how can someone do that? Like, you feel like it's just a keychain, but still, like, you feel like, how can someone just take something from you? And you feel that like loss. So if you can relate onto a bigger level on like someone actually took something of value from you, like how can someone do that? Like a robbery, like, oh my gosh, you feel like so taken advantage of, maybe. But it's weird. So that was Hebrews 13:5. Keep your life free from the love of money and be content with what you have. Even if you're stripped of everything, you're stripped, like, with everything. You still have something. And a big part of this morning, and I prayed this morning, was my health. Because, like, even though I had nothing in the dream, I was still healthy. Like, what would you do? Like, I was seriously, I don't know why this hit me this morning, but like, when I woke up, I was like, what if in reality I couldn't wake up from something and I was stuck there and I never got back into the real world? So, like, what if I did die one time? Like, let's say I died and, like, maybe get in a car crash, maybe, like, doing something, I don't know. And then, like, I knew that my life wouldn't be normal again. Like, if I, God forbid, like, lost feeling of my leg. Like, let's say they could bring me back to life, but I would never be able to use my legs again. And you guys know that I dance, and my life would never be the same. I mean, like, my mom broke her ankle this Christmas, and, like, her life, like, I've been doing all the housework. I've been vacuuming. I've been doing, like, everything for her, and she could just basically just sit and watch TV. Like, it's so boring. It gets to you. You want to go outside, but it's such a big, even just getting up in the morning and, like, getting dressed, doing everything that we take for granted, that I can get ready. And like yesterday, I went, like, I got ready. Like, if I really want to get ready fast, I can get ready fast. Like, I can be out, take a shower, take a 5-minute shower, like, get out the door. Like, I seriously only need like 15-20 minutes and I'm ready. But imagine if you had no legs, or if you had no arms, or like, and how long each thing in your day would take to get ready. So I was thinking this morning, like, what if I died and, like, God was there and he said, like, you either have a choice to go back into earth, you know, knowing that your life isn't going to be how you're used to it, dancing and working out and hiking. Like, seriously, that's my favorite things to do, is dance and hike, dance and hike, dance and hike. I'm a very active person. That's what I do. Like, if I don't work out for a day or two, like, I start to get depressed. So God only knows. He knows that I would not be living a happy life if I was wheelchair bound. Like, I can't believe those people who are in wheelchairs, and those people, some of you may be watching, like, I give it to you. Like, especially if you're not born that way and you're not used to it, and then all of a sudden your life changes dramatically, like, how much that is an issue. So, like, knowing that when I woke up from the dream, like, I could actually wake up into reality that I was happy to be in, at least. I mean, everything's not perfect, but I thank God for what I do have. Like, the Hebrews 13:5 reminded me, keep your life free from the love of money. And then it says, be content with what you have. So I have my health. Even though everything's stripped from me, taken from me, I still have my health. I still have, like, working arms, working legs, and I can get back those things that were lost. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too deep. But that's, like, I woke up from the dream, realized I was in reality, a reality that I was thankful for. Maybe it was God showing me that I should be thankful for more in life, you know, not only seeing what I don't have and being so depressed right now, especially with the holidays going on, being so depressed on what I don't have, and then be thankful for what I do have. You know, I think God's talking to me right now, and like through this, I'm, like, thinking about what this actually means. And it's not a silly dictionary dream thing right here. It actually had to do with, you know, a realization that even though I was stripped of everything in the dream, I still had my health. So if I had the choice to come back to live a reality that was different from my world that I used to live in, would I come back just so my family would be, like, because it would kill me to know that my family would be missing me and, crying without me. So I don't know. It's such a hard thing to do. Like people say, when they do like have a near death experience, like and they have a near death experience and they die for like a little bit and it's so peaceful in heaven, and they don't want to come back to earth because earth is full of feelings, actual feelings, where things you feel and you hurt and you dwell, just like Jesus came and he felt everything, felt the pain. But heaven, is such a good place and you're peaceful and you don't want to go back to earth. But this one lady, I remember, she flatlined, and she said she actually died during childbirth and then came back because she heard she lost too much blood, but she knew, she had a premonition that she was gonna need blood. So she told the doctor, I have a bad feeling that I'm gonna lose blood, I'm gonna need blood, so please have blood of this type on standby for me. The doctors thought she was crazy, but they were like, okay, we'll have blood for you on standby. She did die. She hemorrhaged. She lost a lot of blood, and she was going through this like near-death experience. Well, she actually died, and she saw like things that she wouldn't have seen because she was. When you have a C-section, you're blocked like right here with the blanket, and so you can't see anything past your legs. And she saw the nurse by her foot, and she saw by the foot of her bed, and she saw like her doctor pressing the code something button, and the button wasn't even near her. She saw her husband getting out of the elevator, and he wasn't even like, she was in a different room. He was getting out of the elevator, and she knew exactly what her husband was wearing, and she described it to him without even seeing her husband yet. So she could see things above her, below her, everything, because her spirit was out of her body. But she did go to heaven. Most people who go to heaven don't want to come back because it's peaceful. But she knew, so she was halfway in and halfway out of the world. She knew that if she left, she would be leaving a newborn baby and her husband with pain, and she needed to come back. She knew that she needed to come back. And I bet you God supplied her with that notion, that premonition that she needed the extra blood so she could come back. So they gave her the extra blood and they brought her back to life. Okay, anyways, so that was totally off of dreams and went into near-death experiences, but that's pretty interesting. If you guys ever get the chance, watch, I don't know how religious my population of people who follow me are either, but there is a movie called Just Like Heaven. What's Just Like Heaven? No, Heaven is for Real, sorry. Heaven is for Real, where this little boy goes to heaven and he sees Jesus and he sees, and he describes what heaven looks like. And, he was only 4 years old and he said that Jesus had marks. And he's like, where was his marks? The dad asked, where was his marks? And he said, right here, right here, right here, and right here. And he had one, where. But, and he didn't know. He was 4 years old. Like, he knew about his mom's, what do you call it? Miscarriage. He knew, and he never got told that. He knew it was a sister. He knew it was a girl. He never got told anything about a miscarriage. He saw Grandpa, but he never met the grandpa, and he met Grandpa at an earlier age. His grandpa was like 30. And then he saw Jesus, and they said that Jesus, he didn't look like what we perceived Jesus as, that he had fluffy hair. He was a little darker, and his eyes were like gray, like a gray color. And this little girl who was in France also had a near-death experience, and she drew Jesus. She was an artist. She drew what she saw. And then when the father went to the 4-year-old and was like, "Is this Jesus?" "No." "Is this Jesus?" Another like picture of Jesus that we see like at churches. "No." And then he goes to what the girl who died in France, who's an artist, saw, and he's like, "That's him. That's who I saw." So it's really interesting, like, people, the accounts of people who've died and what they see, and the similarities of what they see in heaven, or you know, like, it's too much of a coincidence that they see similar things that they're not really seeing. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Like, if you're born on this earth, there's more to life than just living and dying. I mean, I know there has to be. Like, and I know there has to be a creator of some sort, because how would we be floating in the middle of nowhere on a perfect tilt of the axis? Yes, it tilts a bit. Going at a rate where we aren't flying off into space, but we are having seasons, and we are having the sun, and we're not close to the sun, and we won't fry, and we're not far, but like where we are placed in the solar system is perfect. Everything is perfectly aligned, mathematically correct. That it's not just some rock that was placed, like it had to be created. I don't know. I'm not going to go too much into that. But, yeah, I don't know. The sun's going over there, yonder, so better call this quits. About 50 minutes. I probably will edit out some of that. And just hope you guys had, a good Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, or how about a good holiday season? Maybe you guys are getting some time off like I am. I go back January 2nd, bright and early in the morning, like really early. I have to work at 6:30 in the morning. Ugh. And the 5th too, and then I'll go back to regular schedule, but you guys don't care. Anyways, nice talking to you. See you guys again, hopefully. Bye.